The formula. Take a few drops of determination. Add ambition and a fearless instinct, tempered with calm coolness and controlled high-speed reactions. Stir in a generous amount of natural driving ability that has matured from an early age. Combine precision with sheer determination. Include a love for sports and speed. Add winning talent and a G-force-defying level of fitness. Allow all this to develop in the field. Then garnish with boyish good looks, generosity and popularity. Finally serve with charm and poise. Then you will have a champion. No less, a 7-time world champion. This is Michael Schumacher, the Red Baron. A champion that is known to fans and colleagues alike as the greatest driver the sport has ever seen. And voted the most popular driver among Formula One fans. The man who became the first German to win the Formula One World Championship. From pedal cars and karts to high-octane Formula One racing, Michael Schumacher became the leader of the pack, acing all in his path. His fans refer to this German Formula One pilot affectionately as Schumi, Shui and Shu. But the Red Ferrari pilot has also become known as the Red Baron, in deference to Manfred von Richthofen, the famous German World War I flying ace who also blitzed all in his path. There's a certain kind of ritual that a driver must go through to get into the racing frame of mind. Schumacher has described himself as ready to go the moment he gets into the car. There's no need for him to adjust. He is totally focused and prepared for the hunt of the racetrack. It is little wonder that the German F1 ace is known as the Red Baron. His ice-cool attitude to stress, his dogged determination to take all in his path, and the bright red Ferrari has meant that the term has stuck. Born January 3, 1969, Michael Schumacher grew up in Herth-Hermelheim, a large rural community of Germany near Cologne. This region of Germany has proudly produced 3 famous people. All Formula One drivers. They include Michael, his brother Ralph, and the ill-fated 1960s champion Wolfgang von Trips. When Schumacher was 4, his bricklayer father Rolf modified the young boy's pedal cart by adding a small engine. After the young Schumacher crashed the pedal cart into a lamppost, his parents took him to the local Kerpen karting track that the legendary von Trips had established in 1961. Championed and encouraged by Rolf, his cash-strapped father, the youngest member of the karting club soon had a new kart, which had been cobbled together from recycled parts. Nevertheless, by the age of 6, Schumacher had won his first club championship. Soon it became a family affair to support the young Schumacher's racing hobby. Mum Elizabeth worked at the track's canteen stand, while his dad took on a second job renting and repairing karts at the Kerpen circuit. By the age of 10, Schumacher's ability on the karting track had attracted the attention of a local sponsor, who, combined with the help of family and friends, supplied the necessary cash for him to continue in the sport. It was not long before the promising champion blitzed the entire karting field, chalking up victory after victory. By the end of the 1985 season, the German Junior Championship was his for the 2nd year running. Now he was truly getting into his stride, with the 87 season culminating with his greatest achievements to date. Both the German and European Senior Kart Championship were his. All this success had not gone unnoticed. 1988 was a big year for the teenage Schumacher. He took his leave from school, began a career as a motor mechanic, and launched headfirst into Formula racing. His prowess and winning reputation at the helm of karts enabled him to attract further sponsorship and move into the high-speed world of open-wheel Formula racing. When former hotelier Willy Webber, a racing enthusiast and car salesman, invited Schumacher to test drive his Formula 3 car, the results convinced Webber to back the teenager's career. This was the beginning of one of the most successful management contracts of all time. For the next 2 years, funded by Webber, he competed in the German F3 series, winning the title in 1990. Towards the end of 1990, he joined the Mercedes Junior Racing program in the World Sports Prototype Championship. This was an unusual move for a young driver. Most of Schumacher's contemporaries would instead compete in Formula 3000 on their way to Formula 1. However, Webber advised Schumacher that exposure to professional press conferences and driving powerful cars in long-distance races would help his career. 2 years later, he stood third on the dais of the German F3 Championship, but went on to win that title a year later. Finally, Michael was able to show the world what he had learned in his kart days. He won 5 times and later topped that by also winning the international races at Macau and Fiji. A year later also saw his Formula 3000 debut, where he finished second in the Japanese series. But it was enough to attract the eyes of many in the F1 market. With Webber at the helm of the burgeoning champion's career, Schumacher made his Formula 1 debut with the Jordan team at the 1991 Belgian Grand Prix. Despite retiring on the opening lap of the race with clutch problems, Schumacher had impressed the Jordan team on his first outing in an F1 car. He had qualified for a 7th grid position on a track that he had not driven beforehand. He had only ever ridden a bike around it. This was to be Schumacher's only race for Jordan, with rival team Benetton swiftly signing him up for the very next race. Schumacher finished the 1991 season with 4 points in 6 races. After overcoming contractual issues with Mercedes, Schumacher took his place on the podium for the first time at the 1992 Belgian Grand Prix. The race at Spa, a circuit that was to become his